Hey there, welcome to Hiker Homily number 59. And I know it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? Kind of been on a thinking break, to be quite totally 100% honest, because I know um, at least some of you specifically subscribed to the channel because I had put out there I'm going to be on the PCT and was going to be posting from there. And those of you who are following on Instagram know basically what's going on. But I felt I needed to get it out here on this channel to figure out what's going on, and let you know what's up with this channel and me and what's going on. But before I get into anything about me, the first thing I want to do now is give a total shout out. Jesse, Margaret, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You threw the favor out to me, picking me up at the airport and letting me stay before I got on the trail and things like that. And what you expected to be a 3-day, hey, haven't seen you in a while type of visit before you helped me get on the trail turned into a almost week and a half, where you were babysitting and nursing and encouraging and do all that kind of stuff to a guy who was going through a tough time. So there's just no way I can thank you guys enough. It's amazing. You fed me, gave me a place to sleep and access to showers and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Margaret and Jesse. Just amazing. Okay, so the PCT. What the heck's going on? What the hell happened? Well, it's actually more complex. I mean, if you're watching Instagram, you know that one of the things that I put out there as one of my physical fears was my old lower back injury from my previous career. I was worried about it because it does what it wants. And pack weight has nothing to do with it. Some of you have put out there already that, maybe if you lightened your pack or you did this. Unfortunately, this back problem occurs at all kinds of different times. It's not always the same thing that sets it off. I don't know exactly what the issue is. I know how I injured it in my previous job and things like that. And the doctor looked at it and said, yep, it's blah, blah, blah. But there's no real way to fix it. It's just one of those things that when it decides this is the thing that's going to set me off and go out, it goes out. And for at least a couple of days, just walking is extremely difficult, let alone walking with a backpack on your back. And then it, with heating pad applications and things like that, it eventually, mends itself. And then I'm fine. I can do all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. I've been on backpacking trips with the scouts and things like that, and my own backpacking trips in the Sierras. No problem. No big deal. Several days. With the pack and things like that, not a problem. So it wasn't necessarily pack weight that did it. It was just my back decided to do it. And my back decided to do it on the first day that I got into PCT. So I did get out there. I got to actually stand there and touch the terminus at Campo. And, I saw the 1 mile marker, and just really cool. I was euphoric. Let me tell you that. I was hiking down the trail, just so amazed that I had made it, and I was there, kind of going on. It was neat. And then I stepped down, maneuvering over, some rock and stuff like that that's on the trail, and my back went out so bad that I literally. I collapsed on the trail. It hurt so bad. And I had to get my legs into a certain position just to keep it from hurting badly. Worked my pack off excruciatingly. Figured out that I just had to do something, and so I got another half mile to, I think it's Highway 96, but it's like right up there heading into Campo, where there was cell signal. I was very emotional. The first person I wanted to talk to was my wife. Fortunately, it was a Saturday, and so she wasn't working and stuff. So I called her, and she tried to calm me down, tell me that if indeed it was that bad, then try and get my support team Jesse and Margaret, to, even though they had just dropped me off, an hour and a half before, could they come get me and then try and nurse myself back to health so I can get back out there. So that's what I did. I called for help. Jesse came to get me. Was great about it. And then that gave me time to, because literally it's hard to move when my back is out like that. Just moving is painful and things like that. I get into a certain sitting position, and then once I'm in that position, I feel fine. Moving, getting up, going side to side or anything, excruciating pain. So I would just get into a chair and just sit with the heating pad on me, hoping that it slowly got better. And painkillers and stuff, it usually doesn't do anything to this back pain. So anyway, that gave me several days to just sit and think. And in thinking, I came to a realization that there were certain feelings in me, even before the back injury and before I started the trail, that I kept telling myself those will go away once they're on the trail. But they didn't. So I cannot 100% just blame the back injury for me being off the Pacific Crest Trail. Because in one of my other videos, when I talked about some of the mental challenges I knew I would face, one of the big ones was going to be missing family. And really, I have to tell you 100%, a back injury, I've done it before, where I've hurt myself gardening or just folding laundry, the back will go out. I mend it for a couple of days, and by about the third day, it's giving me little twinges, but other than that, it's fine, and I get right back out there. I do some gardening, I do this, So, I had originally said, yeah, I'm going to mend this. I'm going to mend this in a couple of days, and, get back out there. But in those couple of days, having that time to think, I came to an emotional realization. This was not easy in any way. I didn't just flippantly, I'm just meh, not feeling it. That wasn't the thought process whatsoever. I really wanted to get out there and give it a shot. But then I just realized that as much as I want to do the Pacific Crest Trail, I have no desire to be away and out of my family life for months at a time. Even with the sights I set on just doing at least the desert. We'll see what happens after that. That's what I was saying. But I'm going to do that desert. That would take about 2 months, and as far as I was concerned, that was 2 months too long to be just, I said in my other videos, I am a family guy, and I like being a family guy. And I just had to weigh it. For some people, it's like, yes, they love their family, they miss their family, but that calling of the trail, they want to do this challenge and stuff like that. And I think that's part of the issue. Is my motivation for doing the Pacific Crest Trail is not to prove anything to myself. I'm happy with myself, I really am. I've done things in my life that I'm proud of, and I don't need to complete this trail to do anything for me mentally. It's not going to be an ego boost. It's not going to be a self-esteem thing. I don't need any of that. I have no issue with me per se as far as that kind of thing goes. So I don't need to be on the trail to prove to myself. I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone else in my life. I wasn't trying to find myself. And none of those kind of big lofty things that some folks do walk the trail to do. They're trying to work out a problem in their life, or trying to just do it and prove they can, and to prove it to themselves and things like that. And none of those motivations held true for me. My main reason to see the trail was because when I was a kid long ago, some guys kind of impressed me that they were doing it, and I just thought that would be a neat thing to do. It would be quite an adventure. And there's some cool things to see on the trail, and that's really it. Well, then, having the time to think, I realized that, you know what? You can do the Pacific Crest Trail and see all those cool things and not be away from your family for, depending on how much of the trail you had planned on doing, 2 to 5 months or more. And so that's when the big realization hit me, and it was emotional. I realized that, I've been chasing this dream, but I think I've been chasing it in the wrong way. So in a nutshell, I decided I just wanted to go home. I wanted to be with my family. And the Pacific Crest Trail, is that a dead dream? No, it's not. It's a transformed dream. I don't have to go away and do the whole thing all in one swoop. The folks that do that, that's awesome. That's what they want to do, and they have their reasons for doing it. None of those reasons, when I ticked them off on a list, applied to me. At least not enough that it overrode my desire to be in my family's life. And to have them in my life. I think that was part of the big thing. My family was probably getting along just fine without me. They were, my son was getting to school, and my wife was getting to work, and she was juggling things and stuff. But I started thinking about the things I was going to miss. My son turned 16. I actually did miss his birthday. I got home the day after his birthday, his 16th birthday party. And I feel bad about missing that. He took it in stride and stuff like that. But me, I don't like the fact that now I can sit here and say that I wasn't there for my son's 16th birthday. My wife has a big birthday coming up in April. There was just a bunch of stuff. My son on the track team, his times are improving constantly. He's up there now in striking range of being on the group of kids that score points for the team, and I was going to miss all of that, and I decided I did not want to miss all of that, and I didn't have to. So that's really what it boils down to in a nutshell. Is the catalyst was a back injury that got me off the trail, and then that gave me time to think and realize that, what? There are different ways to do the Pacific Crest Trail. I do not have to do it as a through hike all the way, unbroken, straight through all that time away. I just don't have to. There's no reason for me to do that. So I'm not. So this channel is called Hiking for Health, CA. And the CA stands for California. The channel isn't called Hiking the PCT or anything like that. So this channel continues because I'm not done hiking. I'm not even done hiking the PCT. So that's what I wanted to say. I know some of you specifically subscribed because you saw my PCT tag, and I put out there on some of the Facebook groups and stuff my video introducing me that I was going to do the PCT. And I know some of you subscribed specifically for that reason. I get it. And if me not doing an actual through hike of the PCT now means you want to unsubscribe, that's your choice. My subscription numbers have never been tied to my ego. I've had a little tiny channel for a long time. It kind of grew close to 100 subscribers, which is still in most people's scope a little tiny channel. But for me, I'm like, wow, 100 subscribers. When I announced the PCT thing, and I knew most of that was people wanting to see me post about the PCT. So here's the thing. Are there going to be videos on this channel that are Pacific Crest Trail content? Yes, there absolutely are. Is it going to be a PCT through hike? No, not in the actual sense of what most people define as a through hike. No, it is not. It is not going to be a series of videos of me being out there for 5-6 months doing it terminus to terminus. It's not going to happen. What I'm going to be doing, and I've already started doing it, I've researched using the Guthooks app and maps and stuff like that, research different places where you can get on the PCT here, and then the next time there's a trailhead is about, 65 miles. That's not bad. That's a few day backpack trip. I can do that. That's 3 or 4 days backpacking. Or wow, this is like this little section here is only 13 miles. That's like a day. That's a long day hike. I can do a long day hike. So Pacific Crest Trail content, yes, it will be there. In fact, this summer I'm hoping to get out on parts of the Pacific Crest Trail, and so I'll tag them as PCT and things like that, and you'll be able to see stuff on the trail. And really, that's the gist of it. Is I will get on the PCT, but I'm going to do it in a way that works for me. Because to be quite blunt, I'm not hiking for any of you. I share it on YouTube because it's kind of fun, and hopefully people get enjoyment out of it. Some folks I know live vicariously through others on YouTube. They just won't ever have a hope of doing any part of the Pacific Crest Trail, and so they like to see other people do it and what they get on camera and things like that, and that's cool. That's still going to happen on this channel. Like I say, it's just not going to be through hikes. So yes, this channel continues. Yes, because this is a hiking channel. It's going to be about hiking. I'm going to be still doing hiking this spring and summer. I'm still getting out there. I'm going to be doing it, going to a lot of fun places. And Pacific Crest Trail content, yep, it's going to have some, but it's going to be, you know, little sections that I just pick and choose to do for both day hikes and backpacking. And that's how I'll do it on there. If that's not good enough for some of you PCT hounds that are just out there looking for through hikers, that's okay. My ego is not going to be bruised. My feelings won't be hurt. You want to unsubscribe and keep watching some of the others? Go right ahead. But if you'd like to stick around and just keep a subscription and see what I do on the PCT this year and some of the other places I decide to go this summer, that would be great too. But in a nutshell, that's really what's going on. That's Hiker Homily number 59, is what the heck happened with me on the PCT. And that's what happened with me on the PCT. That's about it. If you have any questions or comments, you can get a hold of me all the usual ways. Comment below, comment on the Patreon comments. Email me at hikingforhealthca@gmail.com. And that's about it for Hiker Homily number 59. And thanks again for watching. Any of you who stick around, I do appreciate it. And other than that, as usual, we'll see you next time.